Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to look at the progress with ProfitTrailer version 2 and the recent crash and how it affected our trades and how much bags we have and what to do about bags. Okay, first things first, let us look at Bitcoin, BTC, Bitcoin in Binance. So as you probably experienced in the past few days, Bitcoin pumped and spiked suddenly, which caused almost a lot of the altcoins to drop and cause a lot of bags for many people. So that was, let's see, that was on this date, around this point where Bitcoin went up, spiked almost almost 8%. Let's see, over 7% in about 4 to 6 hours. That's a really big jump. So when that happened, most of the altcoins fell as Bitcoin went up and we ended up in bags. But Bitcoin has since come down and almost back to the level that this was at 5.3. So about 3 to 4 days ago it went up, stayed up for 3 days, and then has been coming down for the past few hours, almost back to where it has been. So now the altcoins are about to start going back up again. Okay, let's talk about bags. I have a couple bots. This is the version 2 test bot. Not too bad because it started trading at the bottom. Let's show you some bags here. Okay, bags. All the way down to negative 16.89. But actually this was worse. As of a few hours ago, it started getting better. You can see the top coin, the one at the top, has finally crossed and is green. See how long I've had this coin? 3 days since the crash. Most of the coins I've had them for at least two days or 3 days. So they've been here for a while. No fresh coins. And I'm on sell only mode on this bot. And so today would be a good time to turn off sell only mode and start DCAing because Bitcoin has come back down and most of these altcoins are going to start going back up. That is if you have any money left after your DCAs. We will talk about that as well. Other than that, before the crash, let's go back before the crash and look at the sales for this bot. Sales log. So before the crash, the settings were doing great. See, this was about 3 days, 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 4 days ago, 4 days, lots of 4 days, 3 days. So around before the whole crash started. We caught a few good sales. 4.45 profit. Here's 4.59, 3.64 profit, 2.36, 2%, 3%, 1%, 3%. We caught Loom was a good buy. 3 to 4 days ago it spiked and the bot caught the spike. Made a 4%, 4.5% profit on that, which for me was $17, and made a 3% catch on that, which for me was $13. So on 2 trades on the same day, it made 17 plus 13 just on Loom, so that was good. If you keep going and looking, you'll see that the trades were pretty good. 1%, lots of 1%, 2s and 3s, couple of 4%, almost a 5%. So everything was great with the settings before the crash, and then the crash happened, and we ended up with the usual stuff happens. You end up with some bags. Now, depending on how you have your settings, that's why I stressed with my settings, when you get your settings, your first buy should be low. It should be really, really low. I know sometimes we get excited and we increase that first buy because we see the settings are working well. But then your bot starts buying more, and then the market crashes and you're stuck. So if you want to do DCA, two things to do. Number one, your first buy, your initial buy should be really low, and two, you should have enough money in your account. So make sure you're not using all your money in your account, so that after it crashes you can DCA your way back out. How would you do that? Let's see. Let's look at the other bot first. So this bot is also trading. We're going to look at a few ways that you can prevent getting bags when the market crashes. So the first way is with the, by the way, the settings, the version 2 settings have been updated. So if you got the version 1 settings, then just log back into your account at PlanetCryptoShop, and you should get the version 2 upgrade for your settings. Only if you already have version 1 settings from the website. Okay, so how do we stop the crash from happening again? Not stop the crash, sorry, but how do you prevent bags? What ways can you use to prevent bags? The surest way to do this is to use a stop loss. So in your bot, you're going to have this command: default stop loss trigger and default stop loss timeout. What you can do is, for your pairs file, what I've done in my alpha settings, I have a stop loss trigger. Now it's turned off for your own safety. You're going to have to turn it on yourself. But once you turn it on by deleting that, if anything goes under 1.20%, it'll sell. You can make this a bit higher, whatever percentage you want. But for me, I think I have it at 1.5. And then after it sells it, it waits 3 minutes for things to settle down, and then it'll buy it again. So if we go back to here, let's pick a coin. Let's use, let's see. Okay, let's look at WTC. So with this coin, for example, if you are trading here and you bought the coin, let's say you bought the coin right here, this part, and it went up and the coin started to drop. Well, as you drop and you get to this point, past 1.5, the bot will sell your coin at a loss and get rid of it. And after it sells it at a loss, then you won't have any bags as it drops. And then once it drops all the way here, then it'll buy it again and it'll hold it and it'll sell it right here. So you make your profit back from this sale right here. It'll sell it at around this point. So you make back roughly 3%. So you lost 1.5% at a loss, but waited until it settled and you made 3%. So that's what the stop loss can help with. So you have a stop loss, and you also have a price drop trigger. So for the price drop trigger, it looks at Bitcoin itself. If Bitcoin itself drops, actually these should be positive, sorry. In the wiki it says use positive numbers regardless of a drop or a rise. So these settings right here, the price drop trigger, if Bitcoin drops this price, then it'll go to sell only mode. The sell only mode time period is 24. Multiply. This is for 5-minute candles. So 24 means 5-minute candles times 24, which is 2 hours. 5-minute candles times 12 is 60 minutes, which is 1 hour. So if you had it this way, it says if in 1 hour Bitcoin drops 3%, freeze everything and don't buy anything, go to sell only mode. I have mine at 24, which is 5 times 24 is 2 hours. So if in a 2-hour window Bitcoin drops 3%, my bot is going to freeze and not buy anything else and just let everything drop. So you decide which one you want to use. My alpha settings will use these. My gamma settings will not use the stop loss. So let's go back into my bot and look at a few things on here. Okay. We have okay, here it is right here. Here's my stop loss trigger. I'm actually at, now this is in the pairs file, remember. So we're in pairs. It's kind of cut off the screen there, but you can see it. In the pairs file, I have this line here, default stop loss trigger, negative 1.75, which means if anything, if any of my pairs go under negative 1.75, it'll sell at that loss of 1.75. So use with caution because it will sell at a loss. But the benefit of that is you won't have any bags because the market will keep. What if the market drops to the way it has dropped today? Let's see. For example, you have this, I have this coin. Well, my coins are getting less. It's down to 8. Good. You have this coin that's gone all the way down to 16, negative 16%. Well, if we had sold it at negative 1.75 to 2%, that would be great because now we can buy it at this point and we'll make much more profit going back up. And we won't be stuck in bags with no money, just waiting for days and days and days for the bags to sell. So this is one method that you can use. Let's go back to the other bot. So that's what the stop loss trigger does. Now your stop loss trigger is for pairs. If anything is in DCA under 2%, I have my default DCA enabled to 2%. So if you already have coins in DCA under 2%, they won't be affected by this stop loss, because this stop loss is only for pairs. There's a stop loss for pairs and there's a stop loss for DCA. My alpha settings will use the stop loss for pairs. So anything goes under this, it'll sell. So when I look at my pairs, I don't have anything. I do not have anything under 1.75, so they haven't sold. But if any of these go under 1.75, I get rid of them. So, which means if the market decides to dump, I sell early. Some people sell at 2, some people sell at negative 3% loss. For me, I really don't want to wait that long. I'll just get rid of them with that small loss. Negative 1.5% loss is small enough for me to where I can come back and make that profit back. And so far, with that has actually worked pretty well. I wanted to show you the losses, but my ProfitTrailer crashed and it reset my sales. So I'm trying to get the sales back. But so far, I know I'll have one that will drop below that line and will sell at a loss, and I can show it to you. But so far, it's been selling at profits 1%, 2.9, 1.83, 2.3, 1.29, a couple of 1.38%. So no losses yet, but it will, when it hits that, it will sell at a loss. So the danger is if you have 5 coins or maybe 10 open pairs and the market sinks and all 10 pairs go under your stop loss, which is maybe 2%. For example, I'll show you an example here on the one with the bags. So for example, on this account, if I had a stop loss at 2%, all of these would have sold. All 8 coins would have sold at 2%. So I'd have a 2% loss times 8 for 8 coins. Now that may seem like a lot. You know, you may have lost maybe 0.005 bitcoins or 0.01 bitcoin. And yes, that is a significant loss for a day. But on the flip side, you still have 90% of your balance. So you sold it, stop lost everything at less than 2%. It went on sell only mode, and it's just waiting for the market to crash. And once the market crashes, and so you end up trading at the bottom like this bot. Yes, you made some losses, but you're still trading. You're not waiting for 3 days or 4 days or 1 week to clear bags. You just go right back and trade. Okay, the second way that the other way that you can get rid of your bags